Okay, I want to talk about the Elden Ring quality build I've been doing on stream. I'm basically taking these giant streams and I'm going to chunk them down into small walkthroughs, not too long. So quality possible, and we're gonna. If you don't know, quality is equal parts dex and strength, right? The idea is we're pretty versatile. We're a melee build, maybe some buffs. So I went with the Vagabond. I previously tried this with the Confessor because there is some faith on arcane stats we got to hit for some buffs we're gonna need, but went Vagabond. It was the better choice, beefier, more vigor. I'm basically choosing Golden Seed here, right? I always choose Golden Seed, and I have a pre-built kind of cosmetic thing I'm going to go with. So we start the build off. We actually start off fat rolling. If you're a Vagabond, you're too heavy because of the halberd and the sword and the shield. So you got to ditch either the halberd or ditch the sword and shield and just use the halberd. In this case, I'm going sword and shield. I know which weapons I want to use through the build. I'm going to be looking at the Bloodhound's Fang, Knight Rider's Halberd, I think it's called. I'll detail some of these up here over the video. This was kind of cool. I never did this before, so I was pretty pumped, right? So we got the Grafted Scion that jumps out here, and you're supposed to die to this thing. I don't know what possessed me to just try these charged heavies, R2s, right? Get the crit hits. With the sword, I'm just dual wield. I'm holding the sword. I'm using both hands and just kind of, essentially destroying here. I don't know how I missed that. I just kept doing it, and this was the first time I actually took this guy down right out of the gate. Obviously, New Game Plus, you always take him down right out of the gate. But yeah, if you're a Vagabond, you just hold the sword twice, 2 charged heavies, and you get the riposte. Boom. Yeah, very cool. And for that, you're rewarded with a sword and shield. You get 3,000 runes. Sorry, 3,200. Great way to start the game. I was obviously pretty pumped about that. So, in that case, you can walk through to the end of the. This is the Church of Anticipation, I think is the name of this area. We come back later. So I wonder if he'll stay dead. Probably will. And of course, you're supposed to die, so you naturally fall there. So we're dead. Waking up. Sometimes I do the tutorial, if nothing else, but to get enough runes to buy the crafting kit. But in this case, I figured the hell with it because we had the 3,000 from that fight. Flask wise, right, the Golden Seed we'll eventually put into it. That's going to give us 4 vigor flasks, and we'll have the 1 FP flasks. Basically, where I want to be with this build is towards the end, because you could have a total of 14 flasks, 12 HP, 2 in focus point. Right, there's 2 talismans we're going to ultimately use. One is going to reduce one is going to reduce the flasks, the FP that gets consumed with skills, which is really all we're going to be using, and the other is going to restore FP from each enemy. So that's great. We're not going to, I think we're only going to take to about 15 stat-wise. Actually, these are the stats we're going to want to hit for the quality build. Ultimately, we're going to want to be close to 60 with vigor, 15 mind, 30 in endurance, 55 in strength and dex. We don't care about, and we do need 12 faith and 10 arcane to use the buffs we want to. So this is Var. Obviously, talk to him. Fuck this guy. He's kind of some nonsense. And I'm actually going to equip the halberd here and hold it with both hands because while the Grafted Scion was my first time taking out, I know the Tree Sentinel fight pretty well. So we are going to take this guy out. I'm probably going to cut past this. But you know what? I might leave it in just to show how we fight him. Right? It's about learning his moveset, so I stick to the left where on his halberd side, and I just roll through his attacks. The thing you gotta be careful about is sometimes he does these like back things where he tries to sweep you. You can roll, the whole trick is roll into him, right? You're gonna want to roll into him to avoid stuff. You can see I'm mainly focusing on the charged heavies, right? The R2s. That will stagger him and give us an opportunity. I don't know if we can get a riposte on him, but we definitely can hit him with another charged heavy, right? So just keep bouncing around. He switches it up halfway through the fight. If it's like your first time playing the game, there's no need to fight him right now. We can come back and do it. Yeah, so he's going to do this shield smash right here, and then he can do a shield, like, bop you with it. Something to be aware of if you're see, we just stunned him. Boom. And we can just take your time with this. We don't do a whole lot of damage, but the halberd does the most. So we just chunk them away. Take your time. Don't get greedy with hits. If you get a good hit, back off. Get ready to dodge. If you're an intellect or like a spellcaster, he'll use the shield a bit differently. He'll use that shield to kind of deflect your spell and shoot it back at you. So not a great idea at this point to fight him right out of the gate as a magic user. Yeah, so you can see here we're getting him down pretty good. Dodge those shields and you'll be fine. Boom. That's like a fake out he does. But yeah, I stay to his left. And just kind of take the jump heavies when I can. Jump heavies are good. We dodge that. I'm too far away to get it, so I'll just I took a jump heavy right there, and then boom, last heavy. That's going to get us another 3,000 runes. It's also going to get us, it's my little teabag animation. We're going to get the gold halberd here, right? So with the gold halberd, we will have enough faith to use it. So that's more of a strength weapon. I've done that. So in my first playthrough, I used the gold halberd, eventually dual wielding halberds, and we chunked off a lot of the game with that. It's pretty easy. So we're going to run to the church here. All right, and that's going to do it for part 1.